I don't know if anybody's ever made the perfect knife. There's always something else you could do to it or try and tweak it. And I think my craft is still evolving. I'm a gun guy, but I like knives better. It is one of man's first tools. I think that resonates with a lot of people. It hits somewhere in there. Not really sure what my title is. I answer to a lot of things, and I'm one of the owners of Sniper Bladeworks, knife maker. Used to be a SWAT guy once upon a time. I'm not terribly mechanical. I've never had a shop class. Not that bright. I had to have a lot of help to get there, but there is a fantastic feeling of satisfaction when you actually handcraft something, taking a pile of things that are all rectangular, right? And then you take that and form it, shape it, profile it, cut it out on the bandsaw. And then at the end of the day, you've got a handmade custom knife built out of that, which is fantastic, right? I think the SWAT team has helped influence my knife making, or just being a deputy sheriff and a cop and a detective, is it allows me to use knives in a tactical setting. It allows me to design things to fit the situation. I like all this stuff to have a little bit of pistol grip to it, because I think it gets the tip of the blade pointing down range, right, without having to cant your wrist way over. We got this little hump here that takes up that gap in your hand. It feels very comfortable, feels very natural. I want it to just melt into your hand. We like a little bit of the belly. Well, if you put an arc in there, you get more cutting surface. Same thing like with serrations. You've upped the cutting surface. I've been a knife guy since I was a little kid. They did, the Knife Makers Guild used to be in Kansas City. So we would go to that show with my dad. In the early 90s, I designed some stuff. And then somewhere in the early 2000s, Dad got back into some high-end knives. And he's like, you can design whatever you want. I'll pay for it. Let's get it made. And that's from there is kind of where the Sniper Bladeworks came from. If you're a rock star, you want to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. If you're a model, you want to be on the cover of Cosmo. So, I think that's a goal for everybody in whatever industry you're on. We want to do our own thing and be original, but it's nice to be recognized and have people dig what you're doing and feel like they get it. So, that doesn't sound too vain. Yeah, I wanted to be on a magazine. The Blade cover, Dad was still alive when that happened. That means more to me than any of this stuff, truthfully. He was around to see that. I hope this is successful and runs well, but I'd trade all that to make sure he had seen what we did. These knives will be around long after I'm gone, right? There'll be a couple young dudes just like us at a show geeking out on all the stuff, and they're like, what's the Sniper Bladeworks? And they're like, yeah, these crazy fat SWAT guys used to make them in their garage. They're pretty neat. I'm excited about the production side of this because it's the same feeling, right? I've taken an idea that went from my head, got drawn out on paper, sent it off, and then the whole thing comes to fruition. But when that little seed sparked in your grape, and then you actually get it back as a finished product, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Is that like for good luck, or does it help you edit later?
Soon.